morning everyone. So this morning I went to Coles to grab some stuff. I'm starting my 50-day dollar a day challenge thingy that I do with groceries, and I'll show you what I got today. So today I didn't get much because that is $20 for a tin, so that was 20 of them. So I also got apricot nectar to make apricot chicken, and you need these as well. So these are only 45 cents and they're $1.50, so it's a pretty cheap meal. And then I got sweet and sour chicken sauce and creamy chicken sauce. So that is, and I got my milk, which is already in the fridge, so I got a litre of that. So that came to like $48.89 or something. So you don't get much when you shop at Coles, I find, and have to get formula. So we'll see how I go. I used to have it at $40, but I was finding as prices are rising after COVID that we just can't do it anymore. So yeah, so we're going to go to 50 and see how that goes. So in our laundry I also changed it up a bit. A few people asked why I took the pasta out of there, because the little shelf in here didn't hold that much. So the two baskets held a lot more. So I've made, this will be these sort of things, so the jarred things that I put with chicken and that, like a stockpile of that. And then on this side I sort of have salsa, well, they're not supposed to be there, but sauces and marinades and stuff that I use. And then yeah, and then I'm going to put this one over to baking, this one and this one and this one, and that is actually some of the landlord stuff here. It's like paints and extra tiles for the house and that sort of thing. And then we've got our coolers up there. So that is how that is going in here. And I'm working on taking baking out of here and putting cans in here. See how they're all jumbled at the moment? It's real fun to find stuff, okay? And like, we have no baked beans at the moment, but I don't know because I can't actually find them. I think there's one can in there. There's one kid wanted a can. Actually, there might not be a can anymore. Anyway, but it's just all over the place and it's driving me crazy. So I'm either going to have 2 or 3 of these as like a stockpile type thing, and then all up here will just be cereal, because we eat cereal like it's going out of fashion. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a calculation, because I know people like $50 is heaps or you didn't get much. So $50 in pounds is 27 pounds, and $50 in US dollars is 37.40 in US dollars. So that's how much we're budgeting a day. There are main countries that watch our channel, so if you want me to add a different country, let me know and I will look it up. It's pretty easy to look up. You just do AUD to whatever you have. The euros, I probably could do the euros actually. And yeah, it comes up pretty easy, and then you just change it to 50 at the top. So euros is 31.50 in euros. So that is what we're spending a day on food. We have a whole heap of stuff we're trying to save for, like our house, a new van, and a couple of holidays we have planned for. And we're also saving, we need a new lounge, a TV unit, TV for downstairs, we need drawers for our room, that sort of thing. So we're really trying to yeah, minimise some things that we can with our budget. Our food is pretty much the easiest one that I've found for us, and like kids sports and stuff, we have cut them down. They used to do sort of whatever they wanted, and it more became a time issue than a financial issue. Like, I felt like I was just an Uber driver, like driving everywhere backwards and forwards. A lot of the sports now have rules where parents must stay with the sport at the time, so it became quite difficult. I had 2 kids in little athletics and 3 kids that would do basketball across the road from each other, but you had to stay with each group, and Eric was working, so it was really difficult to decide who got to stay and who didn't. So anyway, But yeah, so they're things that you can look at, and also like energy saving stuff in your house. We're quite strict with it. Whenever we buy like a TV or a fridge or stuff, we do look at its power consumption. Our biggest consumption at the moment is the 2 oil heaters in the front room, but we have to have them because they have to be warm. But as soon as we can switch them off, it should be good. We actually have a solar power on this house, so our bills aren't massive. For example, our first month was $233 or something, compared to our other house, which was $500 and something, like usually at this time of year. But then we do have gas heating. We didn't have any gas at the other house, which is $490. So it gives you a inside of sort of what we pay for the houses compared. But I think I've worked it out that this house is only around about $100 more expensive. It's over 2 times bigger, so that's pretty good, I think. I was a little worried about power more than rent, so yeah, so it's been pretty good. So I've just made up a few like savings planning things up, and I thought I'd show you. One is we've kind of split our US trip into sections, so it's not as daunting for us and the small people. And then we've got a house deposit and a new van. I'll show you what I've done. So first up, the house. So this is only a deposit. If we need to apply for a loan, we have to have that amount of money for this area, and where we are. So that is our first goal, and after that we will reevaluate whether we get a home loan or we keep saving to pay cash, like we've spoken about in the past. So they're in just $500 lots, and yeah, I have no idea how long it'll take. And then we have a new van, which is $75,000. We are buying this one new because I will keep it until it pretty much dies. Like I have our current van it's 16 years old, so yeah, so similar situation. So so it's, yeah, 75,000, so 250 per block. And so this is more of a priority, I guess, than a few other things, because our van is getting to the end of life. So but it has been a really good van, so we'll see how that goes. Then we've split up our US trip into flights and just Disney fund. So this is our first week, and then the rest of it's really cheap, a lot cheaper than this. Disney is really expensive, especially when you're taking 14 odd people. Flights from Australia to America or LA. At the moment it's really hard to get a gauge on what they will be, but I'm sort of banking on what they were, like not super cheap prices, but sort of the average that they were, so which would be about 15,000, because a lot of our kids will be over 12 when we go, and that sort of thing. That's if Andrew does go with us, so it'll depend what he wants to do. This is in this won't be this year because we actually can't leave the country, and next year I'm pretty sure they've said it'll be limited in international travel, so we'll see. The year after that, 2023, Caitlin's in year 12, so it's not ideal to go overseas, but we'll just see what she's at and what the teachers say. So as I said in a previous vlog, we have 3 weeks over our winter break, so which is next week. So that might be when we could go, but otherwise we'll just hold off till 2024, which is completely fine. So this is, we've put an Avengers sign up here because they've just opened an Avengers part of it, and that's what the boys really want to go to. So this will cost us, like, I think it wasn't this much, but I put it up as just a buffer of whatever. So this is Disney tickets, which was about $6,500 for us all. At the moment, that was just paying full price at Disney. I will look into cheaper ones when I do it, but if we over budget, we end up with more money for other things, and then that sort of thing. And then it was a couple of thousand for food, because we found Disney food to be, one, expensive, but we do like to enjoy it. So that's kind of the big thing there. And then spending money, and then accommodation. So we need 3 hotel rooms. We've never really done Airbnb, and every time I look into it, it just feels more work for me. Like, I'd still end up cleaning every day, because I'd have to clean up the house, and then I'd have to cook and that sort of thing. So I feel like at Disney I'd want to have sort of the holiday sort of experience. So for that, I have budgeted a hotel. We might look at Airbnbs in other parts, or an RV. I do have 2 minds on RVs. Is they're great because you can sleep in them and you don't have to keep unpacking into hotels and that, like we did last time. But then you have to take your RV out every day to see the sights and stuff. So that could be annoying. We can't fit in just one RV and hire a big van. That doesn't work again. So a few things on that part, but we'll work those things out. So we don't even have a cost on the rest of the trip. So this is just 1 week at Disney, staying at like medium hotel. I actually did Howard Johnson, which I don't actually think I would stay at. I think it was Howard Johnson. It's got the water park in it, if for those that know. We stayed at another place, which is not even on there at the moment, so I don't know what's going on. They may have closed down. I'm not sure the hotel situation around Disney, like if any didn't survive type thing. But anyway, we'll have a look at it. And the kids did want to go to the other one. It's a bit further down past Target, Great Wolf, I think it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know. When we were there, they were building it, and we went to, I think it was Taco Bell, maybe, I don't know. To a restaurant, maybe just McDonald's, or maybe we did laundry across the road. I don't know, we did something across the road, and they watched the water slides go in and get built. So that was kind of cool, and they've always wanted to go back, so we may look at that one. But that one's a fair way down. We couldn't walk to Disney. The one we stayed at, both of them, we stayed at one on the way into America and one on the way out of America. So we preferred the one on the way out, which we stayed the shortest time. We wouldn't stay at the one we went into at all. So anyway, so yes, so that's in that plan. It is quite expensive for that sort of travel with all of us. The rest of it we would probably limit to just sightseeing type things. So like we did last time, we went to DC, saw a few things. We saw a lot of stuff actually. And then we did Grand Canyon, which isn't massive. I think it was like $25 to get in, maybe. I don't even know. And then we brought a book and a postcard or something. And that sort of thing. For the rest of the trip, do a bit of hiking this time, because we like hiking here. Do a bit more of yeah, an adventure type one, even though all the kids have now looked up all the theme parks in America. But we'll see how we go. And we are planning on doing Legoland, and I want to do Universal Studios. Last time only Andrew or possibly Caitlin could go on any rides, and we were like, oh, that's kind of silly to take 10 people into there and only 3 of them can go on the rides. So Eric and Andrew, I'm fairly certain Caitlin could only go on 1 or 2 rides too. So we didn't do Universal Studios that time. We wanted to do Knott's Berry Farm, I think it is, but again, I think they were having like a special day when we were there, when we had planned it, and it was really busy. I'm actually not sure, I can't remember. Or maybe they were building a water park as well, I don't know. There was a reason we didn't go for that one as well, but or did we choose to go somewhere else? I don't know. Anyway, there was a reason we didn't go there as well, so we're probably trying to do that as well. And yeah, and probably visit my brother who's in Ohio. So yeah, we'll see how that planning goes. So it's like 12:30 at night. I've just picked up Caitlin from work and Andrew from a party. Eric is coming home from work, I guess. He's here sometime. I can't remember what time we worked till, but yes, I've done a whole heap of planning today, which has been good. It's the end of financial year here in Australia, so I like to sort of go over everything that we have before we get tax returns and that sort of thing. We can sort of work out around about how much we'll get back, because Eric gets commission, he gets taxed quite a bit, so we get a chunk back from that and that sort of thing. And that, yeah, so I've done all that. Had a look at some things to do for the school holidays. Looked at going into the city on the train, which I'm still nervous about, but I guess we can't keep putting off things just in case. But it's more, I don't want to be on a train that has someone that like, it's not even if you're on their train, it's if you're on the Pakenham line or the Sunbury line, I think it was, I don't know, there was a line that got, like, during a time, if you're on that line at any time between like 11 and 12 on X date, you had to isolate for 14 days with some of the cases that came out. Or I think it was just, I think it might have been tier 2, which you have to isolate until you get tested and that sort of thing. And I think that's more what we don't want, because that means Eric can't work and that sort of thing. But I've done all that today. Have some good ideas on what we would do. A lot of it is local and that sort of thing. Actually, it's not really, but yeah. And yes, so I'll see what we get up to. But that is all for today, guys. Like, subscribe and comment below. Bye.